Blazing Saddles. I kind of like Blazing Saddles. I was never like massive on it though. Okay, Captain America. Yeah, the autopilot, the inflatable autopilot.
Oh, yeah.
SF Giants, as I saw Blade Runner back in time, in the move and its pays, I think in 2019, I was counting how old I am then. I was in shock at how old I'm then. That's kind of hard to understand. As I saw Blade Runner back in the time, in the move and its pays, I think in 2019. That's next year. I was counting how old I am then, and it's shocking how old I am then. I think maybe you meant to put a different year, like, I don't know, 1999 maybe, or something like that? SF Giants? Confused.com. Better grab some fuel from here. The old Blade Runner movie was set in 2019. Ah! Okay, so I know what he's on about now. Okay. I think he's basically saying that when he watched the movie, and it was set in 2019, and now it's almost 2019, and back then he was thinking about how old he would be, and now he's almost there. I think that's what he's saying. Does anybody remember the TV show in the 70s and 80s called Space 1999? Because I remember getting to 1999 and going, it looks nothing like that. We're not even on the moon. We don't even have spaceships. Like, we just have things that go up and come back. Space 1999, like they basically predicted that we'd have a base on the moon at this point. How wrong they were. I used to love that spaceship though. Do you remember the spaceship on Space 1999? It was like a massive girder, like a piece of a crane with 4 legs on it and like a weird head on the front. I used to have that as a toy. And you press the button in the middle, it would detach the cargo bay in the middle. So you could fly it in, press the button, deploy cargo and leave. So good, man. Do I like Demolition Man? Wesley Snipes, not really. There are not that many Wesley Snipes movies that I actually like. I don't know what it is about him. I find him a little bit try-hard as an actor. It's weird. Yeah, the first Blade movie was decent. I basically put him on the map, didn't I? Passenger 57, yeah, it was okay. But as I'm saying, there are a few movies that I like him in, but most of them I just don't. They're doing a new series called Space 2099, oh my god. Bad Boys? Aren't they making another Bad Boys? I'm pretty certain that they're getting back together to make a Bad Boys 3, is it? I'm sure I saw that last week on the news. They basically signed a deal to say they're going to make it, but they've obviously got to work out. And the characters have, you know, moved on, like, whatever it is, 10 years or something. 20 years, I can't remember. Boeing 82 with 53 months. Watching SNT with my beautiful wife Kira, my little squirrel William, who asked, are we there yet? Wow. Is he related to Jules by any chance, Boeing? You saw The Commuter yesterday at Odeon, was really good. Yeah, the only thing that I don't like about The Commuter is the fact that it's like 104 minutes long or something, which really puts me off. I don't know, when I'm paying like over 10 quid for a ticket, which is what a cinema is now, I want something at least 2 hours long. You know? I just have this kind of mental thing about 100 minutes? I feel ripped off. Yeah, when it starts dropping down to that level, I think to myself, shall I just wait for this to come out on Sky Movies later this year? Because it will. Because things go from cinema now to like Sky Movies and stuff pretty quickly. I'm well aware that I'm driving with full beam. I know this. The AI knows this. You know this. We all know this. I'm doing it because visibility is a lot better as a stream. And I don't care that the AI is flashing me. I don't know about you, but when I watch streams and they're playing games where it's dark, like you can't see anything, it's not fun. It's been ages since you've been to cinema. The prices have grown to extreme. They really are. They really are bad. Like if you are like me and you take your family to the movies, like 5 people, it's easily 50 quid. And that's just a ticket. And then inevitably you get there and it's like, we have some popcorn. You want some ice cream? Oh, well, we do these 4-litre buckets of Coke with a packet of popcorn for £8. Like, what? That's nearly as much as I pay for my ticket. For some popcorn and a drink? Are you kidding me? It's just nuts. So I'm pretty careful, I'm pretty choosy about the movies that I watch at the cinema now. The really weird thing is, right, this is something I don't quite get, but you know Cineworld? So Cineworld do this monthly subscription thing. And I think it's something like, I don't know, about £18 a month or something. About £18 a month. And if you get that, you can watch unlimited movies. So you can go there whenever you want and watch whatever films you want as many times as you want. For about £18 a month. If you go there and buy a ticket, it'll probably cost you £10, £11. So basically, if you watch 2 movies a month, you might as well get unlimited and just watch as many things as you want. That's kind of like... And not only that, they have a referral program. So if you refer a friend, then you get a month's cinema for free. So, and you can do that up to 12 times. So if you manage to refer 12 people to do the same thing, you can get an entire year's worth for free. But I don't get how they can charge £10 a ticket and then charge £16.90 for a month worth of whatever you like. It's bizarre. Hey. Yeah, you get a discount on the food, but I'll be honest with you, if you were going to the cinema, like 2, 3, 4 times a week, you would not be buying their food and drink. You'd be bankrupt. Electromechanical Turtle. That's a very good name. Thank you for subbing, Electromechanical Turtle. Welcome to the Net House. Thank you for your support. Thanks for the nutty welcome. Yeah, they're wanting you to buy food and drink. That's exactly right. That's where they make thousands of % profit. Babel Hannes for 28 months. Thanks for all the content. And all what and how you are doing, Paul. And all the mods, of course. Thanks for all you follow nutters. Thank you, Babel. You go to Cineworld and pay £3 to £4 a time, Tom. Have you got some kind of, like, 50% student discount or something? Would you not bring your own goodies? Yes. That's what I do. I go via the shop and buy some Coke and a packet of peanuts or something. Or some M&Ms. Chelmsford's got this thing called the Everyman Cinema. Have you heard of that? I've never been myself. But the Everyman Cinema is... well, it's different. It's a cinema where they have like bean bags and tables, and the food, your cooked food is brought to you. So you sit in your beanbag, the cooked food is brought over, and then you watch a movie while everybody else is doing the same thing. It's like a massive dinner party with a movie on the side. It's a weird concept. You go to the Everyman, it's so awesome. I just worry about the smells, you know? I'm kind of there to watch a movie first, not to eat. Like, generally what I do with the cinema is like I eat and then watch a movie and maybe have a snack in there. The idea of eating and watching at the same time, it's weird, but it seems to be popular with some people. The social cinema, JH. If you go to Google, right, just put Everyman Cinema Chelmsford, and you'll see. He's got pictures, you can see what it's like. We have one like that near me. You can sit at a table, have dinner and beer while watching. Coca-Cola in the States has corn syrup in. Does it? No idea. Mod spreadsheet. The mods I'm using today should be in the mod spreadsheet, yeah. The seats look comfy, Flug. Yeah, I do worry though, Flug. I do worry about how many people have sat there and spilt their food on the seat. So you're going to go along, sit down in the beanbag, and then when you get up later, you've got nacho cheese all over your bum because somebody spilt their food before you. Kind of worries me a little bit. Last time you went to the cinema was in 1978. Wow. Come on. What the heck is this guy doing? What was all that about? Oh, lane merge, of course. The thing the AI can't do. You have a 4D cinema where the seats move. Honestly, I can't be bothered with 4D cinemas. I really don't want to watch a movie and then, you know, have the seats moving around or be sprayed with water because there's a movie with water in, or have cold air blasted in my face like, ooh, we're in the Arctic. Like, I don't care. I can see. What's 4D? It's Nurklai, it's where they add an extra dimension, that dimension being something physically happens usually. I don't even know why they call it 4D movies anyway, because the movies are not in 3D. Most people are watching 2D movies, so at best it's a 3D experience, not a 4D. If you was watching in 3D, with your 3D glasses on, then you could call it 4D, but most people aren't. In fact, 3D movies are basically dying a death. When I went to Gamescom, they had, HTC had these like giant benches, and you put this their headset on, and it had this roller coaster, and these giant benches you had to buckle yourself in, and you were sat like with a row of like 10 people at a time, and the benches would move and shake and tilt, and when you put this headset on, this roller coaster ride, I'll tell you what, it really tricks your brain. Your brain, you really feel, as you're going over the top like that, and this thing leans you forward, you actually feel like you're in a ride. It's pretty impressive. You bought a chair like mine last week, you love it, Master Mike. What, the GT Omega? It's Nurkai, it's two eyes. Meh. Nurkalai's easier to say. No, you've not missed Doyle. In fact, I think Mrs. Squirrel, it's going to be, at a guess, should be about 15 minutes to 30 minutes, depending. You hate watching movies in 3D, it annoys you. It doesn't annoy me, it just isn't that good. I wouldn't, Matryoshka. I watch Gravity, and I wouldn't want to see it in 3D, because there's a lot of spinning going on, and I don't do spinning. I wouldn't enjoy that. "3D movies is like you're there in the movie." I don't know. Yes and no. It's more immersive, but it's not really like you're there, you know? "3D isn't that good when you're blind in one eye." What? Yes, but your whole life is in 2D, MP, so... Same chair, but blue strips. Yeah, the Master XL is a nice chair, actually, I think. You saw Gravity, but you saw it on a ferry. Oh, wow. You're finally done with homework, Beanstalk. It's funny how people, generations of young people still do homework on Sunday night. Like, it's the same with holidays. You know, like you got a 2-week holiday and you get given a bunch of assignments, and almost everybody will leave it till the last few days to do it, instead of doing the very clever thing of doing it first and then enjoy your holiday. Get it out the way. And then those children grow up to be parents, and they will say to their children, you should do it at the start of your holiday and get it out the way, knowing full well that they didn't, but it looks like a good idea now. But then when you're a kid, you're like, oh, I'll do it at the end. It's like, and it just goes round and round in circles. Master Mike, thank you for 25 months. Did I ever get it out of the way? I think maybe once I did it, but mostly not. It was only when I went to uni that I started to do things early. After I took a year out at uni to work at IBM, it completely changed my work ethic. And then after that, the last 2 years of uni, I was handing in stuff so early, they didn't even have the trays to put the work into. Yeah. So then, after then, I was just handing everything in early. It was hilarious. James Pilbeam, thank you for 200 bits. I was watching your TMCN episode, and I saw that you said about EV charge times. A Tesla Model 3 will charge to 50% in 20 minutes. Yeah, it's always getting better, James. It's always being... He's driving into the fuel station and he booked me. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. That's an amazing copper right there. Pulling into the fuel station. Eyes on the donuts, and he's like, wait, you're booked. Why exactly do you get homework set anyway? King of Twitch. Because a school will never teach you everything you need to know. You need to do work outside of school, but since nobody will actually do that unless they get set assignments, that's why they set you assignments. Extra learning. Oh, look at this guy with the world's most insane overtaking. Blind side of a bend. Your friend never does homework. Blimey.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need an overlay atomic mercury to start streaming. Just start streaming. You can build an overlay later. Crumbs on the floor. Thanks for another great stream, Squirrel. You're welcome, dude. Thank you for 200 bits. You hate homework, you do it after you watch Sunday Night Trucking. Oh. Good night, Captain America. That's the only problem with the winter mod, is it makes the day hours quite short, particularly when you're far north. Uh-oh, the Nokia ringtone's going off. Good evening, Yakumo. advise starting with or without face cam? I didn't use a face cam for probably about 2 years. So it's not a requirement. Although I would say that it is... I don't know, I think the landscape now of Twitch is probably more expectant that you have a face cam. It's not a requirement, but since a lot of people do it, you know, viewers have more of a preference towards it, I think, because they feel a better connection. But people like Lyric don't use face cams, and well, he started like when I did, and back then the landscape was different. So I don't know, you'll have bigger problems than face cams, trust me. Yeah, Billy, but it's always been that way, Billy. I tried to plug in my second Logitech C920 today, and it just completely won't. Like, the Logitech drivers are so bad. They cannot cope with having two of the same camera plugged in. They just freak out. Absolutely rubbish. So, I don't know, I might have to have a different webcam just so that it's not Logitech, because Logitech drivers can't handle two. Yep, exactly, Egregious. Exactly, mate. Audio, that's going to be your biggest problem. Looking at your old streams 2013, you refused to have one because your chat was asking you to have one. Yeah, do you know why I refused to have one back then, Luke? There was a very good reason why I refused to have a camera. Because I was still employed and I didn't want my employers seeing me on Twitch. Go, hang on, I know this guy. That's why I didn't have a camera. And then I got to the point where I was like, well, if they see me, I don't care anymore. Nah, muffins. Dead by Daylight's not really my kind of game. Survive the Nights is a great game. No, it's not. It's far too early for it to be a great game. As it develops, it'll probably turn out to be a great game, but it's not one right now. Was there ever a problem contractually? What, with my employer? It would just create an awkward situation. Most employment contracts are, if you actually read the small print, most employment contracts more or less forbid you from doing many things. And streaming, although streaming is not one of them, streaming professionally, like say you're streaming and people are subscribing, and you're getting income from it, a lot of employers would look very unfavorably on that. So my goal was just to avoid that situation completely. Like, I don't even want to have that conversation with my employer, so I'll just not have a camera. You're welcome, Matroshka. That's what SquirrelPlus is for. I mean, the hilarious thing about a lot of employment contracts, they have clauses in them. So that if you was to invent something, and this is just cracks me up. If you was to invent something while you're employed by that company, the IP, the intellectual property rights, would be owned by your employer. So if you work for a company and then you suddenly discover if you just like come up with some solution, some widget, in theory, they can turn around and go, well, according to our contract, we now own that. It's just hilarious. Ooh. Oh my god. No. Don't want to go north. Empty pallets. Empty pallets. Oh, Mrs. Squirrel's rocked up. He's back from a movie, which means dollar. Dollar? No, I'm waiting for you. No, you just wanted to come and sit in here with me. That happened with the Oculus Rift, did it really? That's interesting. What happened? Yeah, Yakumo, you've got to be putting on a decent thing to watch at the end of the day. What's your take on vacation? Do you enjoy it or not? I don't really get vacations, Go Power. I mean...
We need more practice.
Yeah. Like, this time last year, me and Mrs. Squirrel would have just got back from Gran Canaria. That was a vacation, and that's the only proper one I've had. Most vacations for me tend to be either I take some days off and then end up doing stuff in the studio, or, you know, I go to, like, say I go to Vegas this year, go to Vegas for flight sim, and then bolt on a few more days of vacation. So it's kind of like a working vacation. Eh? Well, yeah. Facebook bought millions from Oculus because the inventor made it while under contract with Facebook. Well, there you go. That's a case in point, isn't it? It's a case in point right there. Am I taking the missus to Vegas? So, right, Doc Savage, let's discuss this. Right? Let's discuss this. If I go to Flight SimCon this year, which is in Vegas, I've said to Mrs. Squirrel, why don't we go a few days before, and then I'll do Flight SimCon on the weekend, and then we'll stay a few days after. So she gets to go to Vegas. She gets to America for the first time in her life. She gets to go to Vegas with me, and we get to spend 3 or 4 days together in Vegas. And I get to go to Flight SimCon. She feels guilty because she thinks that the 3 kids should come along as well. She feels a bit guilty about it. Because we don't get that many family holidays. Like, but the fact is, taking those 3 would triple the cost of the whole thing and make it completely undoable. So my point is, I think that me and Mrs. Squirrel deserve a few days away. Because we're always bending over backwards for the kids, so we deserve a few days away in Vegas. But she shouldn't feel guilty, I don't think. For some reason she does. I don't. But she does. Dolly, will you stop eating all the snacks over there?
You do know we're going to find out about this on a... rather than you telling them first.
Dolly, come on. Dolly. Come on. Over here, pal. See, this pre-feed doesn't work. Don't do that.
He's just slightly confused. He's
Yes,
fine.
he is confused because you're feeding him over there. That's why.
You've made him wet.
I think so, Chris. Hey! I'm so white and snowy and fluffy.
Oh,
I am
yeah.
Lord Dol
Illusion.
of the Shire.
It's illusion. He's big delights.
Chris, Lord Dol the Schmackinator, and hello, Mrs. Squirrel. High five. In comes the third hand. The kids would need to be 21 to truly enjoy Vegas as the good stuff serves alcohol. Yeah, but it's the flight costs and the hotel costs, and, you know, it's not cheap.
Fake IDs. Be alright.
Fake IDs.
Number 3 has contacts.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Exactly, Smithy. He looks whiter than normal. Exactly. This is Zuckstar. Thank you for the resume. Crumbs on the floor. Thank you for the bits. Thanks for another great stream. You're welcome, Crumbs. You're having duck for dinner tonight, Thomas.
Oh, yum.
See, duck is quite a fatty meat, really.
Yeah, but did you see the Jamie Oliver and Jimmy show where they were on about those ducks? You don't actually get to swim on water.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my
Like
god.
battery farmed ducks. They don't
Oh my
actually
God.
get to go on a pond.
Yeah, but they don't know what they're missing, do they?
I know, but it's sad to see.
Well, yeah, but that's...
Won't stop me having me duck wrap. But
Oh,
it's just
the
sad to
principles
see.
go out the window then. These poor ducks bred in captivity don't get to go in water, but it's not going to stop her from having duck wrap. Peking duck on a Sunday.
I'll be shallow.
Duck with orange sauce is a real treat. Yeah, but you're just because you're too afraid. You're like, oh, I've got to have my...
I like my hoisin.
Exactly, you've got to have your hoisin duck. Here in the southwest of France, you eat ducks and it's really good.
I've tried duck once, but forever.
Nah, too much
Did it
aggro.
wrong.
Too much hassle.
Mind you, my oven's not good.
James, I plan to go to Peterborough. Yeah. I've booked a hotel, so let's hope so. How was the film, says Flugreason.
Everybody, you have to go.
Don't spoil it.
No, I won't spoil it, but you have to go and watch Greatest Showman. Hugh Jackman, seen in a very different light than Wolverine. He's awesome. I'm a fan. Zac
She
Efron
liked
as
it.
well. I can do. And the little girl from Milkshake, she was really good as well. But I can't remember her name.
Yeah, Doyle, you with your mouth closed. And it's the fork in your left hand, Doyle, okay? He's out of here. Bye-bye. Thanks for popping in, pal. The Greatest Showman is on your list.
Oh, you gotta go. Even if you're not into musicals or dancing, you'll want to sing and dance by the time you're coming out.
Apparently
Makes it look manly.
you'll want to sing and dance on your way out. It's that good.
Brings a bit of tear to your eye at one point.
What?
Oh,
Is it like Grease then? It just makes you want to dance on the way out of the cinema?
It's way more awesome. No.
Fair enough.
In fact, Mr. Squirrel, I think you should partake in a little bit of Greatest Showman.
There's other things I'd rather watch, thanks. Let's take this Palmaria down into Poland. Can we see some ETS2, please? It's what you pay for Wi-Fi for, Oliver. It's so rude, Oliver, isn't it? I get my dog on, I show you my dog, Doyle of the Shire, and all you want to do is, like, watch trucks. Riddle, see you later. The Palmaria. Yeah, Ryan M, I want to see that as well. The church, what's it called? The Last Hour or something? Something like that. I want to watch that. No, I don't think we've got any PO. I don't see any. Darkest Hour, that's it. Darkest Hour. Alright, Rowan, have a good one. Joel should be the Super Bowl halftime show. I like that idea. Is there anything I would change in ETS2? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's like a ton of things. You're welcome, Michael Douglas. I hope you feel better soon. Just remember that with anxiety, it always passes. It just doesn't feel like it at the time. Some R&R, THU. What hit me the most was the Band of Brothers. Oh, Band of Brothers is amazing. Episode 4 onwards is just, oh my god. Like, the first 3 episodes are a bit kind of slow, you know? But when episode 4 hits, my life. Wait. Why are we driving so far? A tower that's your internet. We saw 12 strong men this morning. 12 strong men? I've seen 12 angry men. I don't think I've seen 12 strong men. You have an exam on Tuesday, so you've been revising. I've got one on Thursday. It's about the first squad on the ground right after 9/11. Oh, I think I heard about that. Is it factual, or is it kind of that's what I'm looking for, where they kind of, it doesn't really, it kind of roughly based on facts, but it's dramatized. That's what I'm looking for. So everybody comes out like slow-mo heroes, or is it like properly factual? Based on real accounts and stuff? Job expires shortly. It's a pain, isn't it? Okay, that's actually a bit further than I thought it was. Crikey. We'll just nip next door. Well, as you can tell, it's real, based on declassified Defense Department documents. It's unusual for them to declassify something so quickly.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Yorkie! Reminds me of a chocolate bar. Welcome to Nouse Yorkie. My favourite Yorkie was actually the raisin and biscuit one. But I did like the nutty one as well. Mom, Squirrel's cheating again. I've not had a Yorkie in a long time either, must admit. I tell you what though, the Yorkies now are not the Yorkies that they used to be. Aren't you? Most chocolate bars aren't. Overwatch Pacific, yeah. It's nowhere near as good as Band of Brothers. GHJK, thank you for 4 months. We're gonna have to hold this traffic and wait for a break in this. Or we're just gonna have to go for it because we're not gonna get a break in traffic. Mike, cool. Thank you for 41 months, Mike. Yeah, I remember when Yorkie first came out, the advertising was showing you were like a truck driver, and in his cab would have a Yorkie bar. And it wasn't like wrapped up, it was already pre-opened at the top. And he picked it up and just like smashed a piece off it. It was weird advertising. Traffic Rat, thank you for the resume. Mr. Twiz Pops, 5 months, ooh. And I think he might have had a checkered shirt, like a lumberjack as well. Hey the Dirts, how you doing? Break! Oh my god, he's barking. I'm alright, Mr. Twizpops, how are you? Debating whether to download Airport CO. It's a very good game. Something is indeed bothering him. You're freezing. Yeah, it was really cold here last night. Snowing this morning and it's all melted now. Can anyone explain what World of Trucks does? I registered this morning but not sure of the advantage. Have you connected it to your game yet? When you log into Eurotruck, you can say, connect to World of Trucks account. Have you done that? Okay, so if you've connected it, then basically it's going to do a few things. If you go to World of Trucks, you can change your registration plate flag and put a name in, and that will then appear on your registration plate of your truck. So that's one of the things it does. Something else it does is it generates online contracts in the game. So when you go to the job market, there's another one called online contracts. They're coming from the World of Trucks servers, and when you take those jobs and complete them, it will track it in World of Trucks. So when you go to your account, you can see how many jobs you've done, you know, build up some stats and stuff. Now in theory, they're supposed to be building up the whole World of Trucks thing to be much bigger than it is at the moment. But at the moment, it more or less only does simple things like generating jobs and giving you a registration plate. Now it's gone winter.